Welcome back to the show. As you can see, we have a very exciting guest on deck, Tyrese Haliburton. Woo, coming with the fashion. Yo, he's got his own studio set up. I'm just going to say it right now. He's looking official. Tyrese, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me.
Are you starting your own podcast? What's happening?
No, I really use this for gaming mainly, but it looks cool when I do interviews and podcasts, so I just use it for all purposes at this point.
Yeah, you got the WWF belts in the back. What's going on back there?
Yeah, I'm a big wrestling nerd, so I collect them now. So yeah, I got a bunch of the back.
But like, how old are you? Because are we talking Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior vibes? Or are you more Stone Cold Austin?
I'm born in 2000. Stop it. We're talking past Hogan,
say less.
past Austin. We're like Cena.
D, what were you doing in 2000?
The year was 2000. I was freshman in Stores, Connecticut, and I was cleaning up a lot of puke. But in other news, Tyrese. So you might know Tyrese as Fast and the Furious. I know Tyrese as Baby Boy.
Yeah, no, I know him as both. I watch BET these days. It's on BET every other day. But that's where my mom got the inspo for my name. So Tyrese Gibson is the inspiration for my name.
You know, we chatted a little bit before we got on air. How is it watching these games? Obviously, you'd rather be playing in them. You were just in the in-season tournament, and you guys, made it all the way to the end. How is it watching these games at home? Are you scouting, or do you watch them as a fan because you are a diehard Bucks fan?
Growing up, I wanted to play on Christmas so bad. Christmas I still think belongs to NBA. I enjoy watching it as a fan, but hopefully I can play on Christmas one day. I think that'd be a cool little experience.
Yeah, well, you guys, listen, you're putting it together with the Pacers. Obviously, getting to the finals of the in-season tournament is huge. You're the kind of team, I feel like, with that experience, or maybe I should ask you. So with the experience of the in-season tournament, are you guys talking about it in the locker room? Like, listen, all we're trying to do is get into that single elimination game, like get into those knockout rounds of the playoffs, and then anything can happen?
Well, I think it's coming down from that high of being in those games. Like, that was such a special moment for everybody. And it had this weird, like, college feel to it where it felt like after it's like, okay, season's done. It was like, psych, you got to go play in Detroit in 2 days, So I think everybody's coming down from the high of that tournament and, just trying to get back to clicking. We're not playing very well since then. So, and us and the Lakers, really, I think we both hit a high in them. Obviously, they won. So I think we're just trying to get back to winning and get to the playoffs has been our goal all year.
Oh. Well, Sue and I, we played in Russia for a long time, and we always had that in-season. They used to call it either the Russian Cup or the Turkish Cup. And there's a come down from that because there is that intensity, that knockout. You're in college again, that type of energy. And you see it. You guys are young, but you see with the Lakers, in the last week or two. You're playing with one of Sue's old coaches in Jenny, good old Jenny Buchek, and. It's funny because Sue said offensively she was one of the best coaches she ever played for and was very futuristic the way she looks at offense. And you guys are just putting up just a crazy amount of points right now. How much say does she have, on the tweaks and going into game to game?
Well, Jenny mainly runs our defense these days. So
isn't that funny? She's not doing a good job of that.
It's been fun because here Jenny challenged by thinking, you're so used to getting your thinking challenged offensively, and then defensively is so much like do what you're told, stuff like that. And so it's been cool for her to lately has been challenging my thinking a lot to see what I could do using my brain defensively as well. So it's been fun, but she definitely always is. She's like front of the bench now, so she's always on me about keeping my cool offensively, all that good stuff. So. And all we talk about is Sue, it feels like. So I've heard more Sue stories than I think anybody in the world these days.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But the good news is she also would get on me about playing defense the way I was playing offense, right? Like being 2 steps ahead, like seeing things develop, before other people, or feeling things develop before it actually happens. And I think, as someone who played into their 40s, that helped me stay on the floor, right? Because what happens when you get older? Like Dee can talk about this. Like when you get older, it's your defense that becomes the liability. So you really got to be smart about that. So if you can start incorporating that into your game now, you're going to play forever. Right,
Yeah.
Dee? Like that's kind of what happens when you get older.
Yeah, when you get older, you get much quicker, much stronger. Which has not happened to me. But Ty, if you want some real stories about Sue, we'll chat later. I'm sure Jenny gave you the PG-13. I'll give you the Russian rated, which are a lot more
Right.
fun.
For sure.
I mean, can we talk about this ball? Like, do you have
Yeah,
the
can we talk
2-point
about
ball
the
or
ball?
like the 100-point ball? Which ball does it? Which ball? And
Where's
can
the
you name?
ball?
And can you name your teammate's name? Can you even name that guy? Who cares about that guy's 2 points? Give me a break.
I don't know if I have a ball in this house. I might have 3-pointer ball upstairs somewhere. That's the only ball I have in my house. So, yeah, I'm not.
But did
I don't know.
anybody?
I don't know what happened.
But did anybody? Sorry. Did anybody? Like, has anyone said where the game ball is? Like, do we know?
Oh, we know exactly where the game ball is. Everybody knows where the game ball is, but that's not on us to tell you that. The people who have the ball should tell you where the ball is, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not on me or not on our organization to tell you where the ball is.
But so my actual question is, if you went and played a game with a ball, and then somebody handed you that ball after, you'd be able to be like, oh no, that's not the one.
No, that's cap. No, if you guys tell me that, you guys could come on. You guys have had a lot of high-scoring games. You could touch the ball 5 minutes later, and you're not gonna know what was the ball. That's cap. I'm not hearing that.
I agree. He did have a pretty. I mean, it says it, monster night, 64 points.
Oh yeah, no, he was
but yeah, I feel
unbelievable
like-
that game. Unbelievable.
Do you know how hard it is to score that many points without shooting threes? I mean, how much longer can you do this?
He's got to be shooting like 85% from the free throw line against us this year. So he's making his free throws against us, which has been he's had some high scoring nights against the Pacers this season.
Jenny's watching this game right now, by the way.
I'm sure she's texting me as we speak. Yeah, exactly.
So Tyrese, quickly before we let you go, we actually asked Trae Young about this. He talked a little bit about guarding Dame. He was about to get into guarding Brunson. He's having an epic year. When you go up against a player like Jalen Brunson, you can't take away everything. So what are like one of the 2 things you're trying to take away against him?
I would say with JB, JB's really like a big and a guard's body. Like he loves playing in a pose. He loves in ball screens, contact, so he can keep you on his back. Because he's really like a big man. Real talk, in a guard's body. I always mess with him about that. Like he loves posting it up. And he's like a second or third thrust guy. So like the first move, like he's really good at getting the first move, shot fakes, step throughs. Like he's like a second, third thrust guy. So I think with him, it's staying down, making him score over you, but he does that at an elite level too. So I would say you just try not to foul, show your hands. And like I said, second, third thrust guy. That's what Carlisle loves to say. So that's probably the biggest thing with JB.
Yeah, do you think you learned anything from playing with him over in Manila at the World Cup?
I would say,
like learn anything about his game?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing that I took from JB is I feel like he's the best in the league in pick and rolls, coming off and holding defenders on his back. I don't think there's anybody who does that better than him. I also tell him all the time he's an elite flopper. Like he can get to the free throw line whenever he wants by keeping guys on his back. And he shoots the floater and he throws his head back and his hair goes everywhere and he falls forward. And I'm always like, JB, that's unbelievable. Like anytime he wants to get to the free throw line, he does it. So he's elite at that. So that's probably the biggest thing I took. Keeping defenders on your back to be able to, maneuver from that way. I was like, oh, that's tough.
Yeah, no, he is tough. I mean, he has 17 tonight, so he's already doing his thing. Ah, beautiful New York. You see it, D. You see it.
I think I'd rather
Tyrese-
be in Indianapolis.
And now, speaking of Cap, she just put 20 on. Tyrese, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. Always fun catching up.
Happy
appreciate you
holidays.
guys.